Raptors win another one in a shootout. 15-game winning streak. Raptors beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 137-126 in a high-scoring affair where defense was limited, but it did show in one quarter where the Raptors held the Timberwolves to 19 points. Raptors' best quarter. They won by 13 points in that quarter. And that's all the Raptors needed, as they kept that distance in that fourth quarter and won this game in double digits. But to be honest, to say who the MVP of this game is, you could pick a bunch of players. OG's third quarter where he dropped 16 points and the Timberwolves as a team dropped 19 points. OG had 25 and 12, an amazing game, breakout game for him this year. Or you could say Kyle Lowry's return, 27 and 11, solid game from him. Or you could even say Pascal Siakam closing out the Timberwolves in the fourth quarter after hitting big shot after big shot, was knocking down his three-point shot really nice tonight. 6 threes from him. But the guy I'm going with is Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. Yes, that might be a surprise, but he did start at center, and he's up against one of the best centers in the NBA in Karl-Anthony Towns. Extremely versatile on the offensive end. Held him to 23 points and wasn't really a big factor scoring the basketball all game long. He did score a lot at the line, but in terms of field goals, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson limited him to a poor shooting night and didn't really make an impact, Towns did today. And it was quite surprising because since Serge Ibaka was out and no Marc Gasol, the Raptors were really thin on the front line, but the small ball lineup worked. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson held his own, even dropped 21 points in this game, which was huge because the Raptors really needed some offense in this game to keep up with the Timberwolves. The addition of D'Angelo Russell, James Johnson, Malik Beasley, it just adds more shooting and more offensive firepower because the pick and roll of D'Angelo Russell and Karl-Anthony Towns is deadly. And with Malik Beasley and Culver and Okogie and James Johnson, who's knocking down a three in this game, along with Hernan Gomez, who's also acquired in the trade, it gives them a plethora of three-point shooters. And you know what? This Timberwolves team just won their first game in a long time, but they couldn't put two games together because the Raptors' defense was great, especially forcing turnovers. Raptors forced 23 turnovers in this game and got on the fast break. One of the major reasons why the Raptors won this game, 35 fast break points compared to the Timberwolves' 10 points. And honestly, it's their defense that won this game, especially in that third quarter, because Raptors just kept forcing bad shots, bad passes. Patrick McCaw made a huge impact in that fourth quarter. When he makes a three, the whole team just goes crazy because Patrick McCaw is not aggressive enough and he doesn't really shoot that often, but he made a big one when the Raptors needed it, got that double-digit distance, and then followed it up with a couple key steals leading to Siakam dunks, and that's all she wrote. As the Raptors dominated this game in the second half, after allowing a franchise high, and not a franchise record, a season high 75 points in the first half. I'm like, damn, this Raptors defense is getting torched since they're playing small ball lineup. But in the second half, they gritted down. In that third quarter, they locked down and shut the Timberwolves to 19 points and then scored 32 points of their own in that third quarter thanks to OG Anunoby. The Raptors as a team came together, all 5 starters in double digits, putting in a whopping like 90% of the Raptors' points today. The bench only scored about 14 points. And you know what? The starters did a great job tonight. Nick Nurse did a great job just mixing up the defense and putting Siakam, OG, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, give different looks to Karl-Anthony Towns so he doesn't know how to play and who's going to guard him. He tried running a little zone in this game, but Karl-Anthony Towns in the middle, he's great versatility and ability to shoot the basketball and make passes. Really broke the zone, and the Raptors really didn't use zone for most of the game after that. But the Raptors made good adjustments, and they just made enough plays to beat out the Timberwolves tonight. Some key points in this game is the Raptors really allowed the Timberwolves to score a lot of points. One was due to the Timberwolves hitting a lot of threes. Second, it was the Raptors turning the ball over just out of their usual tendencies. They gave up 15 turnovers in that first half. That's pretty much going to lose you most halves, to be honest. Like, average teams get about 15 turnovers for a game. So 15 turnovers in the first half was poor. But the Raptors cleaned it up in the second half. Only 3 turnovers in the second half. Great job protecting the basketball and taking care of each possession. And the other thing the Raptors won this game is the Raptors shot above 50% from 3 and above 50% from the floor. It's just the Timberwolves defense is just non-existent with Towns and D'Angelo Russell as your 2 best players who's going to play the most amount of minutes. That's a defensive nightmare because they just can't guard anybody on the floor. They're expecting Hernan Gomez, James Johnson, Culver, Okogie, Beasley to kind of fill in the gaps, but if you run those guys in a pick and roll, it's game over. And the Raptors did that in the fourth quarter. They kept running the pick and roll with Pascal Siakam and Lowry, getting D'Angelo Russell guarding Pascal Siakam, and Pascal just posted him up all game and just did a spin move, got into the lane, hit a couple hooks here and a couple off the glass, and it was game over for the Timberwolves after that. They got as close as 4 points with about 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go, but then after that, the Raptors just reared off big shots with the big shots. VanVleet with a big 3, McCall with a big 3, Raptors turning them over, Siakam dunk, Siakam layup, and then Siakam 3, Kyle Lowry 3, and that was it. Close the books on that. Otherwise, 15 games straight, guys. Keep pushing it. Solid win for the Raptors. And the Raptors celebrated Pascal Siakam, the coaching staff, and Kyle Lowry making it to the All-Star game. And the Raptors gave him a standing ovation, the Raptors faithful, and also celebrating Kyle Lowry moving to 3rd all-time in Raptors scoring history, only behind Chris Bosh and DeMar DeRozan, of course, number 1. So we'll see where Lowry ends up at the end of his career in the Raptors rankings. But in my opinion, still number 1 Raptor is Kyle Lowry. So, guys, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the Raptors Wrap Up. Hit that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Until next time.